and I hope you've had a great season so far, given, you know, kind of how dry it's been, but we got some good rain here. Finally, I have Justin Morgan here with me, Morgan Composting, makers of Dairy Dew, Vice President with us. So today we are talking about food plots for fall planning for the hunters. Just tell us what a food plot is and how we should prepare those.
Yeah, so with the bait ban happened a couple years ago, you know, guys got into food plots, and it's just a small spot that they can help draw deer in.
Okay, and what goes into a food plot? What should people be putting in?
So anytime you go out in your hunting ground, you'd want to look and see, you know, what might make sense. And what guys typically do is find a spot that's already open, right? That just so happened that they think Mother Nature left this perfect circle for them just to put a food plot in. They have to keep in mind that the soil hasn't been right for that many years to grow anything. That's why there's nothing there, right? Essentially. So when I talk to guys about putting a food plot in, you know, we look for things like ferns, you know, and ferns typically grow in low pH. So that would help us to know to put lime on there.
Yeah.
And then after that, you know, we would come in with the food plot dew and then put fertilizer on it that way.
Very good. We will get to the food plot dew in just a second, but just some common mistakes that hunters use or have when building up their food plot.
Yep, so just understand if you're in really sandy soil, you know, anytime you take a salt-based fertilizer like triple 19 urea, you know, that's all made with salt, and then you put water with that, and there's no organic matter in our sandy soils, so, or very little organic matter, so it just leaches through and it's not in our grow zone where our seed's gonna be.
Very good. So when you come across a piece of land that you want to use for a food plot, what are the steps to get it going?
So first off, you'd want to brush hog it down or mow it down, and then we would put the food plot dew 844 on there, and then your lime on there, and then you would work that in to where the roots are going to be, because you have to remember the roots will grow so far, but you want to put that kind of all in zone where the roots are going to be.
Right. All right, very good. How much food plot dew do you need, and does that also depend on the size of your plot?
Yep, it depends on the size of your plot. One bag will cover right around 2,500 square feet, or I recommend 600 to 800 pounds per acre.
Okay. Any other suggestions for our hunters out there as they plan ahead?
Yeah, so when you're looking at doing the food plot, a lot of people want to use like the straight Dairy Dew, and that would work well on there, but it's really hard to spread.
Okay.
So what we did is we pelletized and granulated this product. So when you use the food plot dew, it's an 844. And a lot of times the guys will ask me about 8 compared to 19 or the 4 compared to 19, and they're right on the numbers, but it's not exactly what you're buying. You're getting that 19, but it's more so what your ground can hold. So let's say you take a 1 gallon bucket of water and you have a 19 gallon bucket of water. If you can only hold that 1 gallon of water, that's all your soil can hold.
All right.
Where 844, when you put this in there, we put Dairy Dew in here, and that's carbon. We put Humace from North Dakota in here, so that's carbon, and then we help build that soil. So you can take an 8 gallon bucket of water and put an 8 gallon bucket of water, and then that helps stay in your grow zone, and you work that in. So this will stay and feed your plant throughout the season, where the other will leach away.
Very good and helpful. Now, is there use for a food plot after you kind of used it for its main purpose?
Yeah, so if you depends on the seed you go into. So if you do brassicas or clovers, if you put clovers in your food plot and you rototill them down, that'll help build our soils for next year.
Very good.
So, yeah, I think ProScape did one last year with a customer, and when they're going to have some pictures up here of what they did and the success of that, which was light soils. And like I said, ProScape did a good job help servicing them. They do have this here, and then after it gets established and growing, you can go into liquids, Forage Blaster or Alpha Blaster, which are 2 liquids. If you have a sprayer, you can spray it on there and then help grow your plant that way also.
Very good. Lots of products here from Dairy Dew. Make sure, just one more time for our viewers, let us know where we can find some of your products.
Yeah, ProScape right here. This is a great place. Come talk to them. They clearly know what they're doing. Last year was a good success with a food plot that they said that was kind of fussy. So yeah, it's good stories, and it's a successful food plot's fun.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to it. Justin, thanks for the knowledge and your insight on food plots. So make sure you guys get prepared and ready, and we're going to look forward to all the successful planting that you guys have done. Stick with us. We have only a few more segments with Dairy Dew. You want to make sure you tune in for those.
Thank you, Blake. It's a good day.